Before we get into the build tutorial, I just want to thank everybody who's been leaving all the comments and supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me, and I thank you all so much. And I didn't do a very good job on this video. It was pretty late at night. Hope it's comprehensible enough for y'all to manage to build one of these guys. And if you do manage to build Liberty Prime or any of my other builds, if you can come up with any improvements or suggestions or anything like that, just let me know. That'd be awesome. Thank y'all for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll hopefully be doing more stuff like that. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. What's going on? Welcome to Vault-Tec Productions. Here today to show you how to build my Liberty Prime model. So we're going to get straight into this. This is going to be mostly just kind of me showing you the type of pieces and where they're going to go on it. So it's not going to be probably as great as instructions, but so starting with the torso, you're going to want to start with one of these, gray Technic bricks that are hollow in the middle. I got some plates along the back side, two of these corner ones, and then two 1x4s. And then right here there's one of those 2x1 bracket pieces. There's going to be a lot of these used for Liberty Prime, and it has one of I'm not sure what these are called, but one of those on there, and that finishes up those plates along the back. And you'll be able to tell more and more what part of Liberty Prime, this is as we're going on. But then I have some of these 2x4 tiles to go on the sides there. And then you're going to want to do a plate assembly, 2x6 or 4x6, my bad. But I'm using 2x6 plates to do it, but it doesn't really matter. Just some plates with some round tiles on the front, and those go on like right there. So it doesn't really matter what color pieces you use or anything, just get it raised up to that level and then round tiles. And then along the back you saw I had the inverse tiles. Those aren't necessarily needed, but I like those. For the Bombay, when you're looking in, it looks more hollow when there's the darkness from the black in there. And then you're going to want to do two of these assemblies. So it's two headlight pieces with one of these like slanted grill pieces, and then two of these half curved tiles or curved slopes or whatever from the 1x3 size. And then you're going to want to make an opposite assembly of that for the opposite side. And so they're going to look like this. And those go on just like that with the corners facing upwards. And I think you can kind of start to tell what's going on here. But next, this part's kind of weird. So for the top half of his torso, for the next part you're going to want to do this assembly. Very easy, just a plate and then some plates modified with the pins on the bottom, and then ball joints, and then those go in there like so. And then above that you're going to want to do this assembly. So this one's kind of weird because it's two plates on top of each other. That's 2x8. So two 2x8 plates stacked on top. And then it has these the modified bricks with 4 studs on the side, and it has those on both sides. And then for the top, just some more curved tiles or slopes or whatever. And then for the top ones, the way he's going to be facing, so his front, you're going to want to have the angled ones, and then for the back, the flat ones. And you can see the kind of level. Very simple, so you pretty much can see every single piece that's on it. So if you need to take a screenshot or whatever, I'll get my hands out of the way so you can see everything so far. And then so this will be what the back looks like. And then starting with the back, the next assembly you're going to want to do, this is going to be for the bombs. So basically it's a 1x8 plate with a lot of those 1x2 brackets on them, and then on the back sides of the brackets, or the front I guess, or whatever, just put some jumper plates, and the bombs go on the top like that. And you're going to want to make 2 of these, obviously. Oops, reflected, or mirrored, I mean, my bad. Having trouble get the bombs back on there, but alright, sorry about that. Stupid bombs got all messed up because they got the Technic connections through them, so they can get all twisted and still be connected. So once you've got your both these 1x8 plates covered with all your brackets and jumper tiles, we're going to put on this bomb one first. So those jumpers are just to go straight onto those plates we put on the back of the of that Technic brick, and then so you just put the other one on the other side. Those can be kind of going in weird though, so you might want to put the jumpers on first. Those just attach to the back like that. And then for the coverage part, a lot simpler than it may actually seem. Just this assembly right here. So you could use a 1x6 brick for this, but for whatever reason I just did a stack of plates, and then it's just a bunch of these much larger round sloped pieces, and then you can just see the stacked plates there with the curved 1x3, and then just some plates along the film the gaps there. Then you can just see, very simple, pretty much just plates and the tiles and the rounded parts, and that goes right in the middle with one stud left on each side. And as I said, make sure the flat parts, not the angled ones, for the back. And then just to finish up the torso, I did these really awkward assemblies for like antenna things. So you can pretty much just see it's just more stacked plates and cheese wedge, 1x1 tile, one of the slanted grills, one of these slopes, one of those pegs out of a stud, and then just a stack of dishes. Looks like 7 dishes, I think. Then obviously just, oops, don't push it all the way in, the dishes. And then, just 2 mirrored versions of those, and they connect on the stud peg piece, which is kind of unfortunate because it's not a great connection, but there they go, there's on there. And so that's pretty much his entire back, which is, in my opinion, the best looking part of it for my particular model. Yeah, very simple actually. And then for the front, this is all that remains, and this was pretty obvious already. It's just what I did is I had one of these 4x4 mostly tile with the 4 studs, put one of those on there, cover it in one of these wedge pieces. First you gotta put 2 of these 2x4 plates, or tiles I mean, and then you put on just, I think I may have done, I changed my mind of how I like it facing, but that's the parts for it anyways. And so that's his torso. Oh, and I should say for the neck part, you need to make sure to use a Technic plate for that 1x4 or 1x6 for that spot, just so the head, which I guess I can go ahead and show you now, it's pretty simple. So it has ball joint. It's using one of these smaller ball joint pieces, and then Technic ball joint, then on another one of those brackets. As I said, a lot of those in here. And so that goes on here, which is just a 1x3 plate with 2 cheese wedges in the back, and then a 2x2 curved slope. And then the rest of his head assembly is pretty simple actually. So this part, just a plate, round quarter tiles, 1x2 tile, and then right here another, this is one of the inverse brackets though, so this is an inverse one, and then it just has two 1x1 bricks on there with the stud on the side, and so that goes on like that. The mouth part goes on like that. Then this part with the translucent part there goes just like that. Sticks out a little bit, unfortunately. And then his little neck connector or something goes right in the back there. So very simple actually. And then obviously that just slots in just like so. And that's Liberty Prime so far. Now we'll move on to the arms. So obviously he's got those big ball joints on the inside of there. The arms, very simple assembly actually. Pretty much just me stacking plates. So yeah, you pretty much just want one of the, ball joint holders right there. Then you put 2 of these downwards brackets with the 4 on them. And I used one of these pillar pieces in there, but you don't gotta do that, obviously. With this much of prime done, we'll move on to the arms now, and you can see it just has the ball joint barely sticking out of there. You can see poking through the torso. And so for the arm, you just want to have a pretty simple assembly actually. So a Technic 2x4 plate, Technic 2x4 plate with the holes in it. Then you just want one of the ball joint holders there. Then some of these downwards 2x2 brackets. Those go on like so. And then this is pretty much a stack of plates and bricks and stuff. You obviously don't have to do it the way I did. But, stacked up that high and above the stuff. And then you need another one of those brackets at the end to have the spike. And then for this part, so this is just a Technic rod with 3 round plates on it. Just stick it into the arm, and that's actually, I guess, why I have that pillar piece in there. You can use any round brick or anything that will hold a Technic rod. So then one of these Technic, I think they're connectors. And then obviously for the that little decoration rod, it's just one of the L-shaped rods with a hollow stud, and that just goes in there like that. Yep. And then for the form, you got this part, which is kind of complicated, I guess, in comparison. So you're going to need both kinds of brackets, an upwards one and a downwards one. And then basically you just have your ball joint piece right there with a plate on the bottom, and then 2 of these 1x1 downward brackets. Now it seems one's got a round tile, the other's got a 1x2 tile. And then on the sides, obviously you have the brackets, so one with cheese wedges and the other with a clip like that, so the clip can kind of hold the decoration rod, or look like it is anyways. And then now that you have a 2x2 connection on the bottom, one of these 3x3 cone pieces, and that needs to go in the middle. And then as you can see, arm's almost done. Hands pretty simple. Just this is actually, I don't think it's gonna come out of there, but I actually used these pieces for car wheels to hold on to this round tile with the hole in it and the finger here. So those are wheel connectors. I'm not really sure what the pieces are called. And then here there's just one of those plates with a bar on it. The fingers are just pretty simple. A robot hand, or whatever you want to call that. and these two types of pieces. Those go on like so. I'm not sure what this is called, but there you go. That's his hand. Let me see if I can get that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's how I did the hand, but there's probably better ways to do it than that. But it goes all together like that. Then you take the arm, connection there, and there's his arm. And then of course those brackets we left open, just round 4x4 plate on each side. And obviously you just got to mirror that for the other arm. And then there's one of his arms. And obviously that just connects in like there, where of course he has the ball joints. You do need to be wary though. He is not really meant for play, and moving the arm up and down does not really have the exact amount of space inside, you know, this cramped little space to really be moving the arm around like that, so it can start pushing pieces apart and doing things like that. But for the most part, he can still pose, and it's all good. Moving on to his waist and legs now. So, pretty simple. Just lots of the brackets, pretty much. So, Technic pins heading up, or going up, I mean. And then you just want a bracket sticking out 3 plates down. And then on the bottom, underneath another plate, underneath the ball joint pieces, another bracket, and you just do that on both sides. And I just covered the back side with one of these and one of the little grill pieces. And then on the bottom, I'm not sure what this piece is called, but with a plate in there. And you could see that. And then for the front, pretty simple assembly. And that just goes on the front. And there's his waist. As far as the legs, they're just, you know, just some Bionicle limb pieces. And threw some tiles on there. You can see where the tiles are. They actually have some paint rollers on the back just to kind of add to the mimicked wires and whatnot. But he also does have some actual, that's a whip piece for that one, and then this is a smaller string piece wrapped around the other one. So pretty simple there. And now finally for the legs, starting with the shins. So just one of these pieces with a ball joint at the end. And then I did this assembly here. Headlights with studs. And then, you know, just build up like that. And then that goes like that. So, and then for the inside, you can pretty much do whatever you want to fill in this space. But the important thing is the inside is like this. It's you don't need to really do exactly what I did, but it just needs studs on the side, 2 plates lifted up from this thing, and then those studs on the side just allow for these curved parts to go in there. And then see how I did all that. Pretty simple, just pretty simple construction. Just a little bit of studs on the side, and then you can have, you know, fill in that space that was along the side there. And then for the top, pretty simple assembly. Plates with a a jumper on it, 2x2 jumper with a 1x1 round tile. Then a grill, and then that just goes on right like that. Pretty obvious. All goes together real good. Now the foot is where it gets a little complicated because this foot is actually designed really bad. It holds together, but technically part of it is loose. So I don't really know how to explain it, but taking off right like that. So it does have some more brackets in there. They're just 1x1 brackets. Well, it's not really wanting to come apart too much. Oh, Yeah, just come on. So just a 2x3 plate, and then a 2x2 plate on top of that, and then some of these round parts, tile on the back, with the little corner plates on the bottom. And so the brackets right there, just 1x1 brackets, cheese wedges on those, and then this is where it gets weird, is this kind of connection. So this needs this on the bottom there, but don't put that on yet because you got to do this first. So this is another pretty simple design, just some more of those angled plates, and then one of those on top of there. Not sure what these pieces are called, but I'm pretty sure everyone's seen those before. So plate and then a tile goes on just like that, very simple. And then the weird thing is, you take the that 1x4 plate, and that goes on like that, and then this holds it all together. So yeah, very weird, but don't know how I did that. It kind of just happened on accident. And then obviously got the tendon connection there. So technically he can't really angle his foot around, it just spins. But since his leg moves around, you know, from the ball joint, not too big a deal. So there's Liberty Prime. Hope that video was good enough to help you learn how to build them if you wanted one yourself. And I'll be doing more videos like this on some of the other ones. My Lego robots should be a lot easier to tell how to build. Liberty Prime, he's just made out of a lot of parts, so it might be a little difficult trying to use this video as a helpful guide to build them, but hopefully it was helpful enough. And feel free to ask any questions or anything in the comments. And I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.